Hello, this is uh, my channel name is Genuine Sterling, and I've been doing silversmithing for quite a while. It's kind of like uh, on the job training and something that I uh, learned in my early days, in my early teens, when at a local community here in Pueblo Pintado, and they were holding silversmithing classes or showing people how to do silversmithing. And my mom, uh, she had injured herself, and so I took her down to the community center, and there was an individual that was teaching silversmithing, showing people how to do it. And so ever since then, I've always been curious about silversmithing and uh, started buying tools, and then eventually one of my grandfathers gave me a set of tools. I don't know if he ever used the tools, but these are some of these tools are handmade with handmade files, old old metal, and so they're right there. That silversmithing. These are handmade stamps that he gave me, and I do not know if he ever used it, but this was kind of passed on, and we still use it to this day. And they're made out of old files and stuff like that, and so everything that I do is more like made from. Uh, I saw out everything with saws, and I make my own uh, leaf designs and do a lot of saw work and things like that, and so use a lot of stencils and things. I like to use a saw blade, and these saw blades are pretty thin. They're thin as what do you call it, the needles or something like that, and but these are sharp like a knife, and so this is one, and that's a wire. So that's how we do our saw at work and all that, and this is our the saw that we use, and so we got to drill a hole in it, and so we can work the blade in there, and then the rest of it is just sawing out these designs, and so. Then everybody's got their own setup on how to clamp, and so then we saw these designs, using this saw, and you can, if you know how to guide it and all that, it's just like working with wood and all that. But this is more like needle, really, and so. But I do a lot of that, and so I'm gonna be trying to make a bracelet out of this here pretty soon, and then all these are sawed out, and so these designs I use this saw to saw these out, and they got to be drilled, and then these stamp work is kind of like they're done by my son, which I do all the other work, but I can't stamp, and so
Yeah, everybody,
some, you know,
everybody, this is Four Corner Fish in the Air, and I'm just helping my father here
yeah, and uh,
get his channel started. So,
yeah, and so I've been doing silversmithing basically all my life and all that, and so
let them know what that design is. It's
okay, and this is nickel silver that I've made Christmas ornaments out, but these sometimes they make buckles out of it. And this is a shiprock with the sun design, the Zia sun design on it. And so, but I was trying to make a buckle out of it and never finished it. And so, and then to do a lot of repair work. Like people give me all types of work that stones are missing and end up with broken pieces. Oh, and then there's various brass. This is brass. And this is silver, old silver. And so we do repairs also. And so this used to be a concho, but then there I made into a bolo tie. But it just needs to be finished up. And these are some, I call it wire rings to what I put together just with wires. And then with different color stones and different sizes and all that. And so we do that. And this is a stencil or pattern for a lighter. And so
Those are your bricks that form the silver.
okay. These. And then on these are wood. The wood that I used to some of these I burned them a little bit to make the
Dome shape.
to dome my silver, and then I have metal. I use all kind of metal pieces to dome my leaves and all that, and that's where. And some of these are like you can make buckles out of it and leaves. It's like doming these, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because these all have to be domed, and so I use all those wood pieces to dome my silver. Oh, this one. And then these are pretty big size sockets, 1 1/8, but I've always used these to shape my bracelets, and they've always worked. Okay. These work pretty good when you hold it tight and then you can shape them. It works real good for me. These sockets, I've always used them. There's a lot of filing work involved and a lot of soldering involved and setting turquoise and all that. And these are the fluxes. Yeah. Oh, these are same thing again. These are nickel silver, and these are buckles, and so these all have to do with drilling work and saw work and soldering work, and these are buckles. And
4 corner fist in the air went and did the stamp work.
Yeah.
My first time ever doing that, and it came out nice. Yeah,
and just like I said, I've always learned to solder, and but then I'm not very good at just making leaves and whatever. And some of these are the early pieces, just a hair comb with handmade leaves.
And what does this do here?
And these are the fluxes that we add water to it, and then before you solder, you add this, and it cleans the places that you're going to solder. And so, but you gotta dampen it with water, and then these are all other stencils or leaves that we work with, and making a lot of drilling, a lot of sawing involved, and but mescalero, Apache crown dancers you can make earrings out of, and the flute player, and Ye Bache Navajo can make dangle earrings or post earrings.
Now, well, Yebiche, they do the dances during the wintertime only.
Yeah, the Ye Baches on the Navajo version is they only perform their rituals and what they do during the winter months. And then during the summer months is when the squad dances take place. So we make a lot of our own stencils and our leaf patterns, and it's a silver. We can make leaf feathers out of these, and then here too. And then this is the turquoise, what I've collected and over the years, and so do a lot of repairs. And this is onyx. This is onyx, black onyx. This is hematite, and just mother pearl, a little bit of coral, black onyx, and they call these power shells. And some of these are some turquoise that I've collected, and people always give me their broken pieces. And so, and some of these are unique turquoise that I've collected along the way. And so hopefully we'll be using these up. Oh, and then too. And then, like for earrings, these are all for post earrings. You can wear, they call it stud earrings or some of that, but, and then, or else you can have the dangle, but you can buy these by the quantity from the silver shops, and
Kind of show them how that's going to work with that.
Which one's that? Okay.
Bracelet.
Like on this, I'm gonna try to make a bracelet, but we're gonna use a 20 inch. That's a heavier plate, and saw this out into this shape, and then we'll put it on the. After we saw that out, then we'll solder it onto the 26. But then we got to have an idea making it into a bracelet, and so that's what we're going to work on.
And this is a project that is going to go to one of my main supporters on my channel. That's why I invested in these the silver here.
This is brought up by one of my a friend of ours who brought this idea up about making it a bracelet, and it'll be a project for us. And so now these are the materials, and
I'm the one that brought that up.
And what do you call it? Four corners fits in the air. It's the one that brought this project out. So he bought the materials, and then these are the different plates that they come by. This is one of the thickest plates, and then I believe down to 30 is the size of a bezel. It's one of the thinnest, but then it goes down to I believe this is a 12 or 14, and so but it can be sawed and it can be formed into. Here's another thing right here. This is another project that I'm working on. Is I make my own leaves, and it's gonna make the bolo out of this, and so. But it's a unique stone, and then these are some other bracelets that I can make, and thinking of making a choker out of this one, and so it got a lot to do, and so just wanted to, and then all the silver, whatever scrap that we use, I put a newspaper down, then I collect all the filings, and then I trade it back in for reduced price on when I buy silver. So it's trading it back in. They'll buy it, but and then yeah, and then this is a acetylene bottle that we use. Yeah, all this, everything that you do with silver has to be soldered together, and it takes a acetylene bottle. And they got different tip sizes that you can use. But you can control your heat, and we usually use a metal and set the piece. And I guess people used to use what do you call it? But now we use tufa stones, the stone that we solder on. Oh, they used to use asbestos back a while ago, but you set this on your pieces on this, and then you put heat to it, and you can solder it together. And so that's what it takes to make the jewelry. And then here's that one too. So. And this is one of the bracelets that I made. I made 3 of them for I got 3 granddaughters, and so I made 3 of these. And so this is all silver, and I try to put I got a stamp on the bottom of this, and it has my full name on there, and so. Got it, huh? That's a stamp that I use, and I back about 25 years ago, I've worked for shops in Albuquerque, and they made this stamp for me, and everything I make, I put this on there.
I don't want my son.
But, yeah, it's got my full name on here, and so everything I make, I put my name on there, and so that's. Oh, and then we also polish our jewelry. Yeah, these are my Tripoli, and so there's about 2 processes. You Tripoli it first to get the scratches out, and once you get the scratches out, you can put the high polish on there. And so I'll just put like this is nickel silver, and just to show you how to put the high polish on. We'll see what it looks like here in a little bit.
My nephew was on the baseball team, and this is one of the logo they made for the team, and their name was Yard Goat. So this is my father went and did a little pen with a necklace, huh?
Yeah,
Necklace,
it-
yeah.
it's
So
for the team.
yeah, so it's a goat with a bat through its mouth is what I see. That's what it is, I think.
Let's see what happened when
Yeah.
we put a polish to it. Okay, so- But this is a high polish rouge. I use different rouges. As I use a leather to put a high polish on there. I use a leather buffing wheel. But this one over here does a triply. And it's supposed to take the scratches out, but and then after we do that, and then we put the high polish on them. Kind of put the gloss on there, huh? But that triply would really, you know. But that high polish, that rouge puts the final shine on there. But before this, you put they call it triply, and that's supposed to take the scratches out, and that's what this bucket right there. And so, yeah. So that's how the silversmithing process goes. Your final step is your polish and all that, and it's so. Ile esto, Nancho.
Bigasin. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Can't happen.
So that is how I've learned to do my art, and so I do everything by hand, to where I make my own leaves and just do everything. So that's why I call it authentic and genuine. And the only thing I use to polish my jewelry is the buffing and all that. And so, other than that, it keeps me busy, and it's I like to do it. I've done it. I've done it to what do you call it, custom work and all that. But now I can finally get around to enjoy making art, and so other than that, I look forward to enjoying the art and taking my time and making things.
Yeah, I still got my tools too, and I still want to learn, and still learning. But the more you practice, I'll get the hang of it. Yeah, going up in there.
So I appreciate, like showing people how I do it, how I've always learned, and then I've always learned the main thing I've learned working in Albuquerque in a shop is they call it piecework, and they give you one ring, and then they'll tell you to do about 25 or something like that. And so I've gotten used to doing that. But now I'm not doing that no more. Now I have to do the whole thing from start to finish, which is a lot of work. But I enjoy it. It's fun, to see unique objects, and
So,
pretty much everything that I hope to make is more like a one of a kind. But I can make 10 rings, 25 rings, or something like that, which is it takes a little bit more time, but it's fun to do. But that I appreciate, what I do and what I've learned. But thank you for letting me introduce you into the way I do my silversmithing. So
yeah, so please go share, like, and subscribe. He's gonna be coming up with some pieces, like you said. This one here is gonna go to a good supporter of my channel, and that's gonna look nice. And when we're done with it, but I think we're gonna hopefully we can get my father showing in the process of making that bracelet.
we'll show them the finished product, like the finish, the start, and all that, because it's just we're just starting, just barely start the material too.
Okay, so we're gonna cut it here, and appreciate you guys joining in. Like I said, share, like, and subscribe. This is Four Corner Fist in the Air.
Okay.